everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Becca from At Home in the Sun, and today I am back to do another cash stuffing. So I just came from the bank and I pulled out money for our expenses, sinking funds, and savings challenges. So all the bills have been paid with this paycheck. So all of the money that we have pulled out of the bank is specifically set aside for those three categories that I mentioned. So let's go ahead and count and see how much we're going to be working with today. And one thing that I love about the cash envelope budgeting method is that it gives every dollar a job. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So all in all, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 900, 1,000, 100, 200, 300, 350, 370, 390, 410, 430, 450, 470, 490, 510, 530, 550, 570, 580, 590, 600, 620, 640, 660, 680, 700, 720, 730, 740, 745, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So that's $1,753 that we're gonna be working with today, which is actually more than we normally have. So that is exciting. So let's get this all set up over here. I do have a new cash tray, so this is gonna be my first time using it. Let me know what you guys think, if you like it. I'm like loving it so far. And I'll have it linked down in the description below if you're interested in getting one of these. I did also get a new camera and a new microphone, so hopefully the video quality is better and the sound as well. So you guys let me know what you think, if it sounds better and looks better. My other camera was my phone, and it wasn't wide enough to be able to get a tray like this, but this camera is much wider, so I decided to get this new tray that I wanted. So we'll see how everything turns out when I edit this. Hopefully everything looks good. I am loving this. I love the way that it looks. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with high priority funds. How are you guys doing? It's been a while since I filmed. We have traveled. We actually just got back from traveling. So that was really, really fun. Now it's gonna be really busy the next 2 weeks, I should say, because we're getting ready for like back to school, back to homeschool, back to co-op, and all of those things. And I'm going back to teaching as well. So yeah, it's gonna be super busy for us, but let me know how you guys are doing, if you're doing anything fun for the last couple weeks of summer. All right, so groceries, we're gonna be adding 480. I did have to up our grocery budget. We'll see if this changes like when co-op starts back, because I think it might hopefully go down a little bit, because at home and during the summer, they're just at home all the time and eating everything. So yeah, 20, 40, 60, 80. So we'll see how that goes. So we're stuffing for 2 weeks at a time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 40, 60, 80. So we'll see how this does over the next couple months and see if we need to readjust it. Hopefully we can adjust it down a little bit, because it is just such a big expense for us right now. All right, so our next category is spending. I do plan on starting to add to this. I know I usually skip it, but I do want to start adding to this one. This is kind of like miscellaneous for me, and what I do is before I pull money out of the bank, I actually leave a little bit of a cushion in our checking account. And that's kind of what I've been using for our miscellaneous funds, but I kind of want to pull some out and put it in here. I feel like it's safer because I do so much online shopping. I feel like the money is actually safer if it's in an envelope than if it's in my checking account, if that makes sense. All right, kids, we're gonna give $30 to kids. This is anything that my kids need. They are pretty good on back to school stuff. We did do a tiny bit of back to school shopping when we were traveling. Pets, we're gonna add $50. This covers our 2 dogs and our chickens as well for like food and things that they need. I do have a vet visit coming up for one of my dogs for her annual exam. We're gonna be adding $40 to vet visits. So currently we are at 100, 200, 220, 240, 260, 280, 300, 310, and $320 for vet visits. Perfect. That should be great. I think we have that vet visit coming up in just a couple days. So we are looking good for that. Household, we're going to be adding $100. This usually covers our Amazon subscribe and save order. So $100 for household items. Food forest, we actually didn't use our food forest money because we were traveling. So we have a little bit left. So we're up to $40 in food forest. And health, we've been having a bit of like a health saga. Just like having to pull a lot of money from our emergency fund, basically. I'm seeing a functional doctor again. So I had to see him, had to do some testing. I'm also doing some treatments right now and they've been very expensive. Nothing like serious that you guys need to worry about or anything. Stuff that I've dealt with in the past. So this has been getting drained, and long-term medical as well because of all these health things. And also some things for my children as well. And so I'm gonna have to reevaluate the amount of money that we put into these because it's not gonna be enough. I mean, that's just it. Like, we're overspending and I'm having to pull from emergency and I don't want to do that. So probably in my next cash stuffing, I will have sat down and like figured out what I need to do with this, but I'm gonna have to start adding a lot more to it. But for today, we're just gonna add 100. And I know that sounds like a lot, but that's not enough to cover like the treatments that I'm doing right now because they're all out of pocket. Because like I said, I am seeing a functional medicine doctor and the treatments that I need are not covered by insurance, unfortunately. So yeah, this will be pretty pricey for the next few months. All right, long-term medical, we're gonna be adding 50, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to pull this because I need to buy some contacts. And I use the daily contacts and they're pretty expensive even though I don't have to buy them as often. Beauty, we're gonna add $20 to beauty. Let's give this fund some love because it does not get very much. All right, so we are all done with this binder. So we're gonna be moving on to my next binder, which is also a high priority binder. All right, so this is my other high priority binder. I did create a second one and I just love these so much that I wanted to use this one. So this is my dedicated homeschool binder and I'm gonna go through that in another video. I did separate all of my homeschool expenses. So we are gonna be stuffing just a couple envelopes out of this one today, but let's go ahead and stuff the other high priority funds first. So we're gonna start with car care. So car care is going to get $50. Let's see how we're doing on this fund. So we do have $100 in the bank. That's what that placeholder represents. So we have $100, $200, $300, $450 in car care. All right, so car tags, we're gonna be adding $5 to this one. This one is just a slow burn. We don't have to add too much money to it. I just bought our car tags for 2023, so this is saving up for next year. So we have $10 in this fund. All right, the next category is life insurance, and this one is going to get $5 as well. It should be coming up due soon. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, and $55 in life insurance. Great, I think $5 more and this will be fully funded. I pay this every 6 months. Lot tax, we're gonna be adding $30, and lot tax is property taxes for a second lot that we own. So 20 and 30. All right, we have several placeholders here. So looks like we have $100, $200, $300 in the bank. So 300, 400, 450, 470, 490, 500, and 510. Yay, we finally passed the 500 mark. So whenever I do my next bill exchange, I will exchange all of that for a $500 placeholder and put all of that cash in my high yield savings account. All right, so subscriptions. So this is a all digital fund. That means this money stays in my high yield savings account. These are for our yearly subscriptions, so we don't have to pull this money very often. So it just sits there and collects interest most of the year. So I do keep my tracker in this envelope so I can track how much money that I have put in there. So with this paycheck, I added $20 to this fund. So each flower represents $20. So I'm just going to color in a flower to represent that. So it looks like I use a blue. I want to use a different color for this flower. So I think I'm just going to use pink for this row of flowers. All right, so our next envelope is debt, and this just holds my debt cards. We are making a payment on our final debt with our next paycheck, so I'm not gonna be coloring in the tracker today. So let's go to my homeschool binder. We're not gonna stuff everything in here today. We're just gonna be stuffing a couple things. So like I said, I will go over this in another video if you are a homeschooler or you're interested in seeing how I ended up separating all my homeschool categories out. That will be like a really short video that I'll be coming out with pretty soon. So we are gonna be stuffing curriculum today. So that's gonna be getting $10. And this is saving up for next year's curriculum. We are also going to be stuffing co-op today because it is starting really soon, and this does not cover their co-op tuition. I count that as a bill, so I don't stuff that on camera. This is just like extra things, co-op field trips, co-op get-togethers, things like that that we have to pay for. All right, so we are going to be stuffing supplies today as well, so we're going to put $10 into that. That is just for anything that we need for our own personal homeschool. The other categories I have are streaming hours, subscriptions, evaluations, and field trips. Those will not be getting stuffed today, but I will go more in depth about those categories in that separate video. All right, so let's move on to this binder. This is my low priority binder. So we did end up using all of our travel money. I think we'd saved around $1,200. And so we traveled, we were gone for like a week, visiting some family in another state. We did use all of our money. I did give some away. Gave some to the kids, gave some to a family member, and then we did a little bit of back to school shopping when we were there. So all that money got spent, but we had such a good trip. It was so nice to like get away for a little bit and see some family, so that was great. So we are starting from scratch with this fund. As you can see, it is empty, so we're gonna be adding $10 to travel. All right, so our next category is you and me. We actually just spent all this as well for our 15th anniversary. We're not gonna be stuffing it today. I'll probably start it again in my next cash stuffing. All right, so Thanksgiving, we're gonna add a little bit to this today, to our Thanksgiving fund. We're gonna add $10. So we have $20, $40, $60, $70, and $75 in Thanksgiving. Gifts, I did buy my son a new bike for his birthday, and then I have another son with another birthday next month, and I did buy his gift as well. So I'm kind of gonna have to pay myself back for that because I did put it on the credit card. So we're gonna be adding $100 to gifts, so that should cover my second son's gift. All right, so special events. This is for birthday parties and things like that. So we're gonna be adding $100. I believe we have a special event coming up soon. It's my niece's birthday, and so she wants to have like a dinner thing. So I would count that as a special event, even if it's at a restaurant. I wouldn't count that for like eating out because it doesn't happen that frequently. So we're gonna use this money probably to go out to eat with her for her birthday later this week. And then our last category is fun, and we are not stuffing this right now. We are just stuffing a savings challenge. That is our fun money. So we are all done with this binder. All right, so let's go ahead and see how much money is left. All right, so we have 100, 200, 300, 350, 370, 380, 390, 400, 410, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 80, and 83. So that is $483. So all of this money is going to be stuffed into our savings challenges. I am very excited about that. So that will be my next video that comes out. We'll be stuffing all of our savings challenges. Thank you guys so much for spending some of your time with me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.